So now let's talk about how you use the Bottle web app framework to receive post values from an HTML form. So in order to process post values, you're going to use the post function from Bottle as a decorator for the function that you are going to use in order to process those values. So let's take a look at this little script here. So we have from Bottle import run as we do route as we do post, so we actually need a function for being able to receive a post value, and we are also going to have this function request, and this is going to allow us to get the value from that post data that we're going to be receiving. Here we're just going to have a route essentially to a home page, which is just going to have an HTML web form on it. So since this is pretty simple, I just wrote this out here instead of having a template, but all we're going to do is at route, again /, so that is the root directory, localhost : 8080, nothing else. This web form will pull up. We're going to define the index, colon. Form is going to equal three single quotation marks in order to create a multi-line comment here. Form action equals /process. So we're going to send the data from this form to / process, which matches this down here as far as a route is concerned. So form action to / process, method is going to equal post. We're going to be sending this as a post value. Value input type equals text, name equals value. So this is how we are going to identify this text that's being submitted. Input type equals submit. That gives us a little submit button, and we are going to close the form. We are then going to send this entire form as a return to when somebody goes to localhost : 8080, this little form will show up. So they're going to type something in to that form. They are going to click submit. It is going to be sent to / process, which is right here. Now you'll notice here as a decorator we don't use route, we use at post because it's going to be getting that post value. So at post, again, the route that we're going through, define process, so we're just going to call this the function process. Value equals request.forms.get. So this is where we need that request function, and then we're going to use forms.get, and then we are going to get the value that comes through here. So basically this is the name value, this is the value that we want, and then we are going to simply return that value so it's going to show up on the screen. So this value could come in and we put it into a database, we could put it into a CSV file, we could do all kinds of fancy processing. That is for other classes. Here, we are just simply going to show it on the screen. We're then going to run host equals localhost at port 8080, and basically this should work. So if we go and we click on this, we get the localhost 8080, so command or control, we're going to click on that, and this is what we get here. So we get our nice little text box and our submit button. So I'm going to say hello students. I'm then going to hit submit, and there we go. We get hello students. So this is basically how post works in the Bottle world. So that's all there is to post. Again, easy peasy. You need to import the post function, you need to import the request function. When you send from an HTML web form, for the action, you're going to send it to a route, and you're going to use an at post decorator for that particular route. In order to get the value, you're simply going to do request.forms.get, and then whatever the name of the field is, that will give you the value of the field, and then you do all your fancy dancy Python processing there again. Databases, API calls, whatever it is that you need to do. That is all that's required in order to be able to process post values using Bottle.